Okay, picture this. October 24th, 2025. Riverdale's Camila Mendes thinks she's heading to a surprise birthday bash for her producing partner, Rachel Matthews.
Right, totally normal scenario.
Except, nope, she walks right into her own engagement party. Filmmaker Rudy Mancuso pulls off this, like, ultimate rom-com plot twist right there. Just, wow. Welcome to Starscope Report.
Hey everyone, join us, Jordan and Jamie, as we dive into the latest Hollywood dramas, music industry shakeups, and yeah, those influencer scandals too.
We really get into the stories behind the headlines. Think red carpet surprises, viral TikTok stuff, all of it. And today, our mission, we are unpacking all the sources behind one of Hollywood's most, I guess, cinematic proposals.
We're going to analyze the media plan, which was pretty slick, the incredible setup for the proposal itself, and the history of this newly engaged power couple, Camila Mendes and Rudy Mancuso.
Yeah, and we've got the details. We'll tell you why those first reports kind of got the dating timeline a bit mixed up.
And we'll break down that ring, the whole quiet luxury vibe it's giving off, plus how they basically announced it by, well, crashing this huge A-list party, tracksuits and tequila involved.
You heard that right. Stick around. All right, let's lock down the facts first. The news is confirmed. Riverdale alum Camila Mendes, she's 31, and filmmaker-musician Rudy Mancuso, 33, they are officially engaged.
Yep, the announcement dropped around October 25th, 2025, right after the big proposal the night before.
And watching it unfold, it was almost like a masterclass, wasn't it? A classic, really effective two-part media strategy.
Totally. They had to control the narrative, but also, get that huge fan reaction, a balancing act.
Exactly. So prong number one, the controlled exclusive. People magazine got the scoop first. They cited an anonymous source, someone close, obviously, giving all this lovely romantic detail.
The who, what, when, where. But keeping it classy, not too much detail, that satisfies the big media outlets craving that exclusive.
Right. But then, prong two, this is the really modern, smart part, almost immediately after the People story hit.
Mendes herself posts on Instagram. Her own words, her own photos. These really romantic personal shots.
Which just ignites everything, right? It feels authentic, it goes viral, fans feel like they're part of the moment. It's brilliant, really. Validates the story via People, but owns it personally on Insta.
Now, about that initial reporting, there's this small detail, but it matters. Lots of places were saying 3 years of dating.
Yeah, I saw that everywhere, but our sources are pointing closer to, what, 2.5 years?
That's right. It might seem minor, but it's important for context. They met back in summer 2022, remember, on the set of Música.
Ah, right. And their first anniversary wasn't until July 2023.
Exactly. So 2.5 makes way more sense. This kind of discrepancy, honestly, it happens all the time in celebrity news.
It's often just like wire service rounding, isn't it? For listeners, basically, news wires like AP sometimes round up dates for simplicity. 2 years, 4 months becomes 3 years, just because it's punchier.
Precisely. It's quicker, easier to digest. But for understanding their story, knowing they started mid-2022, right when their big creative project kicked off, well, that feels pretty significant.
Okay, let's get into the proposal itself, because this wasn't just, a quick question. Mancuso, being a filmmaker, really leaned into that. Sources are calling it the perfect surprise proposal on October 24th. He basically directed it.
Oh, absolutely. And the key, the absolute linchpin, was the cover story, tricking Mendes into thinking she was going to a surprise birthday party for Rachel Matthews.
Which was genius.
Yeah.
Because Rachel Matthews isn't just a friend.
Right, she's Mendes' co-founder in their production company, on a roll.
Exactly. So a party for her, that's not just polite, it's practically a work obligation. Mendes had to be there, no questions asked. It guaranteed she'd show up, totally unsuspecting.
And then the reveal, the big plot twist. She walks in ready to yell, "Surprise!" for Rachel.
And finds all her family, her close friends, everyone there for her engagement. Mancuso proposes right there, and apparently she was completely stunned.
You can just imagine it. And that structure, the elaborate setup, the big emotional twist, the climax in front of everyone.
It's straight out of a rom-com playbook. Which makes perfect sense, right? He's a director. He literally scripted and staged this massive, real-life cinematic moment. It reflects everything about how their relationship even started.
And that cinematic feel, it definitely didn't end when she said yes. It carried right over into how they debuted the ring later that same night. We got to talk about this ring because it says a lot.
Okay, yeah. What are we looking at? Because from the pictures, it doesn't look like one of those huge blinding rocks you sometimes see.
No, not at all. It's being described as a statement of timeless elegance.
Mm.
It's got a really large, clearly high-quality diamond, looks like a solitaire.
Meaning just the one main stone.
Exactly. And it's set on this really, really thin, delicate band, probably silver or platinum.
Ah, okay. So that's the quiet luxury thing people talk about. It's subtle, sophisticated, lets the diamond itself be the star rather than a flashy setting.
Precisely. It's less about visible wealth and more about, like, inherent quality and taste. And it fits, doesn't it? With Mendes's whole career shift. She's moved beyond Riverdale. She's a producer now, doing serious film roles. The Ring feels adult, elevated.
Makes sense. But they didn't exactly keep the debut low-key, did they? This is the fun part. Around 11 p.m. that night.
They just casually roll up to actor Glenn Powell's 37th birthday party. Some reports say crashed, others just attended. But either way, it was a move.
And not just any party. The theme was tracksuit and tequila, hosted by Voss J. Morgan at the Chateau Marmont, no less. We're talking A-listers everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Kate Hudson, Vanessa Hudgens, Nina Dobrev, John Stamos, Rajon Page. The list goes on. They basically walked into the heart of young Hollywood and dropped their big news.
But here's the kicker. The detail that totally sells the surprise element of the whole night.
Yeah.
Their outfits.
Yes. The clothes tell the story. Mendes was apparently spot on for the theme blue cropped tracksuit vest, matching pants, dressed for the party she thought she was going to.
But Mancuso, he was still in his proposal outfit, like a beige sweater, white shirt underneath, black pants, much more dressed up.
Totally mismatched with the party theme, but perfect for proposing. That difference is like Exhibit A, that the engagement surprise was real. They arrived still wearing the evidence of the whole caper.
Yeah.
To really get why this engagement feels so, we need to go back to summer 2022 on the set of that Prime Video movie, Música.
Right, because that wasn't just a typical meet-cute on set. The dynamic was intense from the start. Mancuso wasn't just her co-star.
No way. He co-wrote it, he directed it, he starred in it, and the movie was based on his own life, his synesthesia. Super personal stuff.
And Mendes herself said she felt something almost right away. Didn't she admit to having an obvious little crush during, like, the screen tests or Zoom meetings?
Yes, she did. And she said it felt real once they actually met in person on set.
So you have the situation. He's directing her, acting opposite her, sharing this deeply personal story.
And she's not just his actress. She's also an executive producer on the film. So she technically had some professional oversight over him, even as he was directing her in these intimate scenes. Talk about complicated.
That kind of creative pressure cooker, it must have just fused everything together, personally and professionally. Mancuso even said something like, the lines began to blur between their characters and their real selves.
Exactly. They were basically living out the romance storyline as they were creating it. And Mendes talked about how attractive she found watching him lead, watching him direct in such a powerful way.
So the foundation wasn't just, oh, we have chemistry. It was built right into this intense, shared creative process. The workplace was the start of their relationship.
So fast forward to now. They step into this role. New Hollywood power couple, both in their early 30s, both bilingual Brazilian Americans, both making really smart career moves post-initial fame.
Yeah, Mendes obviously pivoting hard after Riverdale with movies like Do Revenge, Palm Springs, plus her production company. And Mancuso shifting from Vine and YouTube to being this, like, multi-tool artist, musician, composer, director, actor. He's got The Flash and Welcome to Derry coming up.
It's a solid narrative. And the reaction to the engagement news was, overwhelmingly positive from fans who followed them closely. But then, almost instantly, the internet did its thing. Two big kind of meta discussions took off.
Let me guess the first one. Camila Mendes versus Camila Cabello.
Bingo. Immediately, huge numbers of people online started confusing her with Camila Cabello and thinking she got engaged to Shawn Mendes.
Oh my God, the Shamila ghost strikes again. It's like a recurring pop culture glitch. Same first name, similar last name for her ex. It just breaks people's brains online every single time. Mendes has even joked about it before.
It's just one of those things. But the second thread that popped up, especially in the more niche fan forums, was history.
Yeah, the relationship archaeologists digging into the past.
Pretty much. Lots of talk immediately resurfaced about Mancuso's previous long-term relationship with actress Maya Mitchell, and, maybe a bit less intensely, about Mendes' relationship with her Riverdale co-star Charles Melton.
Why does that always happen? It's like fans need to immediately place the new relationship in context of the old ones.
I think it's partly that, yeah. Contextualizing. It's like trying to gauge the potential, maybe,
Yeah.
comparing it to past public relationships, successes or failures, almost like a weird collective risk assessment for the new couple's future.
So you've got this mix, real joy from fans, widespread public confusion, and this deep dive into relationship history from the superfans. It kind of captures the whole wild reality of being famous and in love online today. They're not just announcing news, they're battling digital ghosts and fan theories.
Which brings us back to the engagement itself. This whole thing's so carefully planned, so dramatic, so public in its execution.
Yeah.
It really does feel like a mirror of how they started, doesn't it? That intense, creative collaboration on Musica.
Yeah, it wasn't just a personal moment, they turned it into a performance piece. A real-life rom-com finale directed by one star, starring the other, for an audience of millions online. It perfectly blended their private connection with their public, new Hollywood image.
It really did.
And it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? For a couple whose whole story began by blurring the lines between their real lives and the art they create, now that the movie's wrapped and this new chapter begins, can they actually maintain those boundaries? Or is the performance always going to be part of the relationship? Something to think about. You've been listening to Scarscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.